African Focus. African Focus Show.
Good morning, beautiful people. You are listening to LA's Best African Focus Show, and I'm your host, coming to you straight from our Los Angeles studios. I have the African Focus team here ready to take flight. We are in the house. We have our resident DJ, DJ Nice, spinning his jams for you. We have our technician, Miss Paulina Soria, doing her thing on the desk here, and we have Uchenna Norgu, our executive producer, and I have a very, very, very special co-host with me. She's been on our show before. We love her. She's fabulous. She's full of energy. Welcome, Chinois.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am fabulous. I'm absolutely fabulous.
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
honestly.
thank you for being on the show. And we have a very special guest joining us shortly. We'll be bringing you someone very special a little later. But collectively, we'll be navigating you to your way to a good time. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to the African Focus Show. It's all about the African family experience. From the shores of America to the continent of Africa, we bring you the best we have to offer. We want you to sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And before we get the party started, can we recognize our sponsors? Thank you.
And today's sponsors, Eric Airlines. For all your African experience, fly Eric Airlines in first-class hospitality. We'd like to also thank MoneyGram International for offering the most reliable and inexpensive way to send money to your loved ones in Africa, the Caribbean, and as well as here in the States. We want to say much love and appreciation to them for their continued support. Ethiopian Airlines, the new spirit of Africa. It's more than a clever slogan, it's the driving force that touches every aspect of Ethiopian Airlines. Modern fleet, stringent maintenance standards, and responsive customer service are hallmarks of Ethiopian Airlines today.
Well, welcome back. We want to thank our sponsors. We love them and we appreciate all their support. And we also appreciate you, our viewers, for joining in and supporting us week after week here on the African Focus Show. We have an amazing show for you. It's a big weekend here in Black entertainment. It's the BT weekend, and with the awards around the corner this Sunday, we've definitely have an African invasion here in LA. It's amazing to have all these beautiful Africans come and enjoy in this amazing weekend. But before we go any further, Miss Chinois, what's going on in African entertainment?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it must be something. Oh my goodness.
It has to be something. There is always something going on in Africa.
Yes.
Let me not even focus in Nigeria, but Africa in general. Our people are so funny, it's beyond me. But let me start with recognizing this movie called Thy Will Be Done. This movie is like star-studded. You've got Ramsey Noah on top of his game as always. I mean, The man is too fine. He just doesn't get old. I'm serious. I mean, I used to, when I was younger, I'm like, oh my God, is he like Noah from the Bible Noah?
No, you didn't, girl.
I've never met a Nigerian with a Noah as a last name, so it was just something else. So seeing him back on the screen was amazing. Nice. He's there with his two wives, and he's a pastor. Two wives. One is Remy Njoko, amazing actress, and of course the curvaceous Mercy Johnson.
Oh, I love Mercy Johnson. Yeah,
critics are raving. They love this film. I mean, it's something that the producer, the director, whoever wrote this film is just amazing. Who would think a pastor finds out his supposedly late wife isn't dead?
What?
You know, she comes back to life, and then his current wife is like she's crazy.
So it's like, so he was married to somebody. So he was married, his wife dies, and then
he remarries a couple years later.
Then the wife magically appears. Did she disappear?
She magically, but here's the thing, it's not like a vengeance kind of reappearing. It's more like she lost her memory. She went missing the night of their wedding.
Oh, that sounds like a really good story.
It's a really good story.
Definitely
she went missing the night of their wedding, and then, she lost her memory for 7 years. So the guy that, well, let me not spoil it for you guys. Just watch it.
Spoiler alert.
It's amazing. It's amazing. amazing. So then we've got the new hot little small package with dimples. Cora de Bello. The guy, I mean, you guys recognize him from, what's that group? The Mavens. You know, Doro Bucci.
Okay, yeah.
And Adobe, kind of people. So, Cora de Bello is one of the newest members, and he's just hitting it with his latest single, Godwin. It's amazing. I mean, you just don't want the video to end. And then, of course, with his other song called African Princess, all of Africa is raving about this. And you know, we always love it when a man is gentle and sweet
and
with his lyrics and recognizes us as the princess we are.
Yes, that's amazing.
But honestly, out of all these people, Uganda is just cruising right now, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on in Uganda?
Apparently, a piece of land broke off Uganda's mainland and has been floating around Lake Victoria for like the past 4 months.
A piece of land.
I'm not kidding. A piece of land broke off Uganda's mainland.
Was there an earthquake? I mean, how did this happen? I didn't know there were earthquakes in Uganda.
I didn't know. I don't know. It just kind of happened, and people were shocked. But the funny thing is, there are 10 artists living on this broken off piece of land.
Oh, so they just do their thing. It's like their own private island.
I guess that's what they want for a cheap price.
Your own private island.
I mean, there's no sense of direction with this piece of land. And they planted a flag.
Okay.
But I don't know what the flag is for. Is it to like show you direction? Because no matter where, you're gonna have to get on a boat and get back to the mainland. You're gone.
That sounds really interesting.
I'm thinking, what about food, electricity? What kind of water will you be drinking?
I know. Okay, tell me.
Women, you're just alone. How are you gonna procreate? You know?
I know that's a big one, right? That's a big one. I mean, there's this game. I don't know if you ever heard. Like, people say if you were on an island, like, what would be the 3 things you would take? What would be your 3 necessities?
Wow. That's a tough one. My 3 necessities, let's see. The Rock Dwayne Johnson.
Yes. Keep going.
I'm doing Tarzan, because survival is just a necessity. I have to survive.
But The Rock might be able to, be your
but Tarzan can swing. And Tarzan can communicate just in case, and he could communicate with so many different species of animals. So if it's like an ape comes out, what am I supposed to do? And besides, procreation is, so you've got 2 men.
You got The Rock and you got Tarzan.
You've got The Rock, you've got Tarzan. The best of both worlds. And then my 3rd thing, I don't know. Probably like a means of communication.
So your cell phone?
No, because then you need a charger, which would make it a 4th thing.
Oh, yeah, so. 3 things. Okay.
Oh, a helicopter.
A helicopter? Well, if you were, then you wouldn't be stuck.
Yeah, but then again, who says I have to return?
Well, if you have The Rock and Tarzan, you don't need to return.
We can do a little something.
We can do a little something. What else is going on, girl?
So, and then we're going all the way to Morocco, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is the first news I'm hearing from there. The truth of the matter is, 2 women, 2 hairdressers, were arrested for gross indecency. You guys, there's actually a law in Morocco saying that anyone that is found guilty of committing an act of public obscenity, such as indecency, can be jailed for 2 months to 2 years.
Okay. I mean, so what classifies indecency?
Wearing a tight dress.
Okay.
These hairdressers, 23 and 29 years old, they came out, they were in the market, walking to work actually, and apparently the women there decided to call the police on them and have them arrested because their dresses were just too tight. What? Now, one can say the women are just jealous because their ladies are sagging at this age. But at the same time, I can say I love it because your fashion should not ever be disrespectful. Your fashion sense should never be offensive. You're talking about sagging and here we're
I don't like that whole sagging thing.
I don't like that whole thing. So I'm like, go ahead, arrest them.
Yeah.
There
are definitely levels to
there are levels.
Indecency, and I think in some countries it's more extreme, right? Because maybe what I have on in some countries would be considered a little, these arms are all out. I might be qualified for jail time.
But my thing is, I think that being that the ladies are living there, they're residents there, they should know these laws and they should know that these things like this happen often. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to them. And they try to get a women's rights activist. Come on, have several seats. Seriously, what do you tell? You live here.
Sit down now. Sit down. Well, I'm sure we have some more African entertainment news, but we're going to take a short break now, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Bye.
African Focus. African Focus Show.
So we have DJ Nice. Welcome back to the show. How's it going?
Good. And yourself?
Are you feeling good? Are you going to be nice?
But I'm here.
All right, I think we all are. I think it's been one of those weekends. Like I said, it's a big weekend in Los Angeles. We have the BET Awards going on, and there's a lot of buzz and energy, and it's one of those weekends. So, like I promised, we have a very, 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 very special guest in the studio with us, and we're very excited to have this person here.
Ladies man.
Ladies man. You can keep going, right? But we're excited to introduce Majid Michel to the show.
Hi.
Welcome. Welcome to the African Focus Show.
I'm very excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
My voice is under construction, so I need the listeners to forgive me because it's a bit scratched.
Oh, well, you're forgiven. You're forgiven. We're happy to have you in our studio. We're happy to have you in LA. What brings you to LA?
BET Week.
BET Week.
I came for a couple of mixers as well. You know what a mixer is?
Yes, but if you want to share with our...
It was my first time hearing the word mixer. I never knew what it was.
Oh, mixers, let me tell you, in LA, it's like mixers and brunches are kind of the thing. So a mixer is one of those popular...
daily event.
Right? Yeah, you're always mentioning like the mixer. How was it? Did you enjoy the mixer?
It was incredible. I really loved it.
Hence the voice.
Mix and mingle, you have, right? That's amazing. Well, so, we have, on the African Focus Show, it's not just about the continental Africans here. We bring together the whole African family from African Americans, Caribbean Americans, and Africans, of course. And so, for our audience that may not know exactly who you are, could you give them a little idea of who is Majid Michel?
Well, Majid Michel loves a Mercedes-Benz with BMW.
Don't we all?
You got enough information. Well, I'm an actor from Africa. I'm not an African actor. I'm an actor from Africa.
Okay, could you give
Most people say, "Oh, he's a Ghanaian actor." I'm not a Ghanaian actor. I'm an actor.
You are an actor
from Ghana.
Right.
Right. Good. So don't categorize it like that because most people want to place you from where you're from and say this is where you're from. I don't say Tom Cruise is an American actor.
Right. He's just an actor.
He's an actor from America.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I'm the last one of 10 children. Mommy's boy.
Mommy's boy.
Very spoiled.
I can imagine.
I'm only kidding. Yeah, but I really love to be in LA right now. It just looks like one big city with great opportunities, and I just love the people around and how everything plays out to be. The whole place is a movie.
It is a movie.
Right.
It is a movie. The streets of LA. Many stories have been told about this place,
right.
And I'm sure you're creating your own story
right.
to take back with you. So, where were you born? Where were you raised?
I was born in Ghana, raised in Ghana, schooled in Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And so can you tell us, when did your journey into becoming an actor begin?
Well, it started in 1999.
Okay.
Not too far after I finished school, I joined a modeling agency called Supermodel Agency. And, you give them their 20%, they find advertisements, commercials for you to do, like modeling anything. Yeah. So there was an audition for a radio show called Speak Easy about awareness of HIV/AIDS, sponsored by Johns Hopkins University and GSMF. And it was basically for the youth on radio. And so it was like a radio drama where we started doing this drama thing on radio, and then the director said he wanted to put it up on television, so he kept some of the cast on radio. And that was it. We came on TV from the radio.
So what was that, your first experience being in front of the camera? Because it's different, you know, modeling and acting.
No, I was never a model. It was a modeling agency, but I never did any catwalk modeling.
Okay.
Yeah, it was more
so
commercials.
It was more commercial modeling.
Things
so
concerning
scripted.
acting. Exactly.
Okay.
You know, but I thought it was easy. I thought I could do it. I thought, I watch actors and I said, this should be fine. You know.
Right.
Then when I did the audition for the TV, I failed.
Oh.
You know, and I couldn't believe it. I thought this was
Easy.
Yeah.
This was, some spring chicken.
Right.
You know, it was no picnic at all.
Yeah.
And then, so I went to school instantly. I went to film school. So I did film school 1 year, New York University, collaboration, yeah. And then that was it. I realized acting, you had to learn act. People say you don't learn how to act. And there are a lot of things you need to know about it. You have no idea
Right.
apart from the experience you can already have from being on set constantly. So I
Right.
went to film school for about 4 years.
4 years.
2 different film schools.
Perfecting your craft.
2 different film schools, yeah. Because I just couldn't believe I failed the audition. It was something I thought I could easily do.
Wow. Do you remember what that audition was?
Yeah, it was for the lead for the soap we're doing on radio.
Okay.
And then I couldn't do it. And then 6 months after, I went to perfect myself, and then they just picked me because of my complexion. Because in a script, there was a mixed race guy in the script. So not because I was a good actor, because I just fit the character. You know, I was a very whack actor when I started, and I actually learned how to do it.
Wow. Well, that's, I think that's an important thing about perfecting your craft. And a lot of people have this idea, like you said, acting seems like it's plain,
everyone
or it's like
wants
easy.
to act.
It's like,
exactly.
oh, I can do that.
Exactly.
I can just
Everybody
pretend.
wants to act. Even George Bush wants to act. Everybody wants to act. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is harder than what it is, and you can tell a true actor when they're in that role. It's not a piece of cake. So yeah, that's amazing. Chinois, I know you have some questions.
I am itching to talk to you.
I can see you over there. You're like.
Really?
I am just like trying to control my nerves. I mean, I'm the kind of girl that even my African actors and actresses, I just adore them.
Yeah.
I hugged you outside, and let your wife forgive me.
No, I love that.
She gives the best hugs. She actually does.
But
No, her hug comes from inside. Really.
oh, the hug
Yes.
comes from inside. It was so strong. It's good, honestly. You're taller than I expected.
Oh, I'm taller?
Yes.
No, I used to be taller than this.
What
Really?
happened?
What happened?
A lot of things. It's a long story.
Well, we have some time.
So, what is
That seems like an interesting story.
that's in it. It's kind of awesome because I was watching just last weekend before
Yeah.
Noma called me, the best film I've ever seen you on.
What? No, then
yes.
you haven't seen all of them.
I have seen so many.
Alright, tell me what happened.
But trust me, matters arising. You have to say my favorite line. So let's scream together. 1, 2, 3.
I said good man.
Wait, no.
She wants you to scream along with her.
Oh, you want me to
Regarding the
scream?
movie, yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Well, you have to give me my favorite line. Give it to me.
What is it?
As a good man.
As a good man. He knows it.
Oh, he knows it.
Yeah.
You know what's really surprising
What?
is I went for a mixer again at the South African Consulate's house in Beverly Hills a couple of days ago, and there was this American guy, pure American guy, who saw me and was very excited. I'm like, where do you know me from? He said last night he was watching me on Netflix, and it was
Yes.
the movie.
movie's on
Manchester
I
Rising is
know.
on Netflix.
I love
Pay
that.
for it, right?
I have Netflix. I've never used
But
it.
Netflix
the
has a
movie you're
lot,
talking
like,
about- the movie you're talking
Nollywood
about is on Netflix.
Yes.
And
It's on
this
Netflix.
pure American guy who was watching Manchester Rising, the movie you're talking about, was telling me about the story. It was a village story. He was really, he said he was watching it. He was going through Netflix channels and then he saw it. He said, what's this? Foreign movie. So he just hit it. And it was a village film. Very simple story.
Right.
Just 2 different locations. And he
Straight
was
to the
hooked
point.
from beginning to end. And I was really surprised about it.
That's why
And
it's
that's
my
the same
favorite.
movie you're talking about.
It's the same movie. I mean, no,
About the
I'm telling you,
content,
We,
right?
everybody.
we shot the movie in 7 days.
Wow.
7 days. It was
You
done.
could.
Wow.
It was. perfect. Like I
Wow.
said, till today, the best movie I have ever seen you in. I was laughing from
Very
the.
simple
I mean,
film.
this guy goes to
Sometimes,
blaming
you know-
his wife for snoring and saying, "Oh, she needs to learn how to cook for several years. To take her for several years." Who does that? I was
Wow.
like, what? I mean, talk about a
Where you from?
weekend.
Where you from?
Nigeria.
DJ Nice, you're kind of quiet over there.
Yeah.
Why are you asking? Why'd you ask?
You're very beautiful.
Question for
Oh,
you.
thank you. Wait, you just.
You missed that. You missed it.
Stop.
You're missing
What
important
you say?
moments, DJ Nice.
What do you say?
Say it again.
Guys, we were talking about you.
It's recorded.
It's
so
recorded, so
Yeah,
I
we're
have it in
recording,
record.
right?
Go
Yeah.
ahead,
We're
Nice.
recording.
Speak.
So from your experience, from what you're saying, it looks like there's been some challenges in your career. What has been your motivation to keep going? Because I've known you on TV and movies for a long time. What keeps you going?
Well, nice. Yeah. Let me talk about something that probably would interest you. You see, people ask, why acting? Why do you act? It's like me asking any other person his professional, why he's a lawyer, why he's a doctor, you know, or something like that. The thing is, I believe, I don't know the population of the world right now, okay, but I think it's something 6 or 7 billion, almost 7 billion right now. I think all 7 billion people in the world seek two things, okay? They seek power and they seek purpose, okay? And if I say power, I don't mean to rule over people or to be the boss of everyone else. You know, power in terms of power to control your circumstances, power to control crisis around you. You know, you seek purpose. People ask themselves, all 7 billion people ask themselves, why am I here? What am I doing here? What's my purpose? Why am I on earth? You know, most people have no idea why they're here, what they're doing here. And the purpose usually begins from birth. It's inherent from creation. You were born with it. Your future is made inside of you. The future of this chair was in a tree. You know, the future of creation is in creation. So I believe when I was born, I had one particular passion inside of me. It's something that interests me, something that I would do even if I don't get paid. You know, the bird was meant to fly, the fish was meant to swim. You know, the seed was meant to be planted in the ground. You know,
Absolutely.
so the bird gets energy from flying, the fish gets energy from swimming. Why? Because it's in its purpose. That's its purpose. That's what it was created for. You know, if you leave the seed on this table, and you come back after 5 years, the seed is still going to be on the table. Why? Because you didn't put it in its purpose. You left it outside the purpose. People wake up early in the morning. They are very angry going to work. They're angry. They don't like half the people they work with. They're mad at their boss. They hate him to death. They want to strangle him. They're not happy going to work in the morning, but they get paid.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because the work kills them. That means they're not in their purpose.
Right.
Right? Once you do something that kills you, you're not in your purpose. When you're doing something that gives you energy, you are in your purpose. When you wake up in the morning excited about where you're going to, that's your purpose.
The purpose.
There's a reason you were created. So you it starts with a conviction. You're born to know this is what I was meant to do. It's nothing else. Okay? Not just to make a living, not just to come make a living and die. Pay bills and die. That's not what we're here for. No, we're here to make a difference, not just a living. You know, and how do you make that difference? From identifying your purpose, from knowing exactly what you were born to do. It could be anything at all you get excited doing. That's it. Just keep doing it, and then naturally you become a leader. You will become a leader from pursuing it and finishing whatever you were, that passion.
Does it have anything to do with where you are in your lineage with your birth? Being the last born, you thought maybe I should find somewhere.
No, yeah, it's just that. It's just that individual identification of me knowing that I love this craft, or I love movies,
So
or I love
when did
being
you
an actor.
start?
You
Like,
know?
when did you pinpoint that moment when you said, you know what, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, it's ever since I was very little, from watching films, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, Bruce Lee movies. I loved martial arts. I loved this. I just wanted to be in an action film. You know, you just know you just know
You
that
felt
I
it,
love
you
this
feel
thing.
it,
I love
yeah.
this craft.
Yeah.
I love this art. You know, it's just inside of you. You know that you really like it. You know, I'll do it without getting paid. I don't care if I don't get paid.
Right, that's something.
That's how you know. When you know you don't make money from doing it, and you still do it. That's what happens.
Right.
So a lot of challenges will come, but you don't care.
Right.
You still go through it. regardless, I can sleep at the bus stop overnight because I went for an audition. It was too late to go home. I did everything. I walked like maybe 50 miles from one place to the next just because I knew I didn't care. I had energy pursuing it. That's how you know that that's your purpose.
So right now, just when you came in, you alluded to the fact that your movies are now on Netflix.
Right.
How does that make you feel, knowing that when you started this, I mean,
Right.
just even in Ghana, your movies were not, getting
Right.
the showtime like what you wanted.
Exactly.
But
You know,
now it's
yeah.
like worldwide now. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, incredible, really incredible. You never plan for that. You never know that's gonna happen. All you're doing is you're just pursuing it, and you're not thinking I'm doing this film because I want an award, or I'm doing this film because you're just putting your everything in it at the moment, just doing it right. And then this is inevitable. It comes with it. It comes with it like that. But I really feel very excited about it, even though I'm still not satisfied in terms of the big picture.
Okay.
Well, before the painter starts painting on the wall, he sees the end product, right? He sees the end picture before he starts it. I see the end picture, but then this is the process.
Right. You're still in the journey.
You
Yeah.
say you're not satisfied.
Satisfied in terms of,
Satisfaction for you.
there's always a glass ceiling to break through to the next level. There's never a block on the top. I want to be in a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want to be in a movie with Jason
What's
Statham.
stopping you? Now you're in
That's
LA,
what I'm saying.
right?
I'm still in the process. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't categorize myself as. I believe art is universal. Okay. If a Chinese man walks into this place and he sees this AFS African focus on the wall, the Chinese man will say, "Wow, this is beautiful design. Who made it?" The German man walks in and says, "Wow, this is beautiful design. Who made it?" Why? It's art. It's universal.
Art, right.
It doesn't mean only an African guy who sees this nice and a Chinese guy who say, "No, it's not nice." It cuts through everywhere for everyone. I believe a man from Yugoslavia should watch my film and enjoy it.
That's right.
Regardless of what's going on, he must enjoy what's going on.
Right.
Because it's art.
What do you think, as an African actor, what do you think some of the things that our film creators, the writers, and the directors need to do to make sure that our movies still stay on the mainstream, like how it's starting to come up?
Well, it's just film education, basically, because if you want to take your movies to any awards or any festivals, there's a certain standard they give. There's a criteria. There's some format you need to shoot your film on. Your sound needs to be good. Your pictures need to be a certain way. So it's film education, basically, before we can penetrate and have people comfortably watch the film. If you're watching the movie with bad sound, it's the worst thing ever.
Right.
A lot of
I know, it's like
Yes, it's the
annoying.
worst thing ever.
I was screaming.
Very, very, very uncomfortable watching a movie with bad sound. So you have to learn how to tell a story with the camera and cinematography. You don't just say because this is how it's done, I'm going to do it my way. No, there's a way to do it. So learn how it's done. So that's what we lack usually. We lack the film education, how to make movies. Filmmaking is what we need. So we just need to have a
all
little.
the African directors out there.
I know. Take
you
note.
listen, take
note.
Listen to this from Majid. You need
Right.
something
So you have a
good.
lot of African directors making films in America that are really bad than films made in Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's filmmaking. If you have a beautiful story and you want to tell it, go tell it on stage.
Right.
Let them know you have a nice story. But this is a story you need to tell with the camera and lights. So you need to learn how it's done.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, so we have this idea. It's called On the Spot. And so it's a script. It's a little 2-minute, 3-minute impromptu
I'm dead.
script that we're going to create here. Are you up for that? Do you know what? Give us some examples
Okay.
of how this is going to work.
First and foremost, because I have you here, I have to be the leading lady. It's always been my dream.
So there's a kissing scene.
She's living out her fantasies right
Oh,
here
now you say, hey?
on the African Focus Show.
Children, please do not watch.
It has to be G-rated.
It has to be G-rated, but on the spot script, because you are an actor, and I'm guessing in the future you will go into writing your own movies and producing and directing. So we're going to do.
I'm not a writer.
No.
You're not a writer?
So I'll make somebody write my movie. I'm all right to myself.
You all right? Okay, good. So we're going to do an on-the-spot script where you can start. It's going to be very spontaneous. I don't know where it's going to lead. No one knows. So you start and kind of go up.
Can we have a
around
timer,
for 2
Paulina?
minutes. Timer, 3 minutes.
2 minutes.
2, 3, 2. Okay, and then
Okay, so
you just have to go with the
so
flow.
he's gonna start with what, a line, and then we pick up from there.
You pick up from there.
Okay, so
go
attention
around.
everybody. I'm not an actress. I've never claimed to be one, but we'll see how well I do.
We
with
have to
this.
be very passionate and don't break character.
Okay, so what are our characters?
Whatever character you find yourself in.
Okay, so we just go with the flow.
Am I
Go-
part of this?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, he's not part of
No.
it? Oh, it's just the two
lost.
of you or
No,
the three of us?
I'm
I
completely
only want
lost.
one man.
Whoa. You're on your own, Majid.
I think he can handle it.
Yeah,
You can
I
do
think
it.
so.
Just two of us. Just two ladies.
All right, sir.
I nursed him through 2 divorces, a cocaine rehab, and a pregnant receptionist. He is trouble, but he calls himself God's little creature.
Wow. How did this man become this way? I mean, is there something I can do?
Yes, you need to understand that every human becomes his own god. You know, you fiber optically connect the world to every ego impulse. You build even these dollars dreams with these dollar green gold plated fantasies until every human becomes an aspiring emperor. What do you think of that?
I believe that queens are born, queens can be created. But with whatever you give me, we can make life out of it.
Ooh. Can you make life out of me?
I can give you life, baby.
We need some
Show me.
sentimental music in the background.
Show you? In what
Don't
way?
tell me. Show me. Show me life. Let me believe there's a God.
But of course there's a God. Why would there not be a
Do
God?
you believe in God?
Yes, I do believe in God.
Why?
I believe in God because I am the eminence of that God.
So, let this bottle move without touching it.
Well, I might have to take a break for a moment, but come back to me on that one.
Oh, boy.
How many teeth do I have in my mouth?
I can only count if I kiss you.
Oh.
You're gonna use your. Come and tell me how
my.
many teeth I have.
I'll guess 32.
No, I actually have 37.
37.
37.
Why? Are you a god on your own with 37 teeth?
Yes.
Why? How come?
Come, I'll show you.
You can show me spiritually.
I believe that. Close your eyes. What do you see?
I see you.
I see all of us. But for a moment, we're going to just take a quick break and see something else for a moment. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be right back.
Oh, my God.
African Focus Show.
Well, that was fun.
African Focus. African Focus Show.
Welcome back. You're listening to LA's Best African Focus Show. In case you're just joining us, I'm your host, Noman Debele, and we quickly want to acknowledge our very loyal sponsors, sending a major thank you out to Arik Airlines, MoneyGram, and Ethiopian Airlines, our African Focus corporate sponsors for helping us bring the African Focus Show to you. Before the break, we had a very interesting and intense on-the-spot script that we created here with our wonderful guest, Majid Michel, and we're very excited to have you in our studio. We've been having an amazing time, and we just want to, continue picking your brain a little bit. You have a lot to say, and we're very interested to hear more. Chinua, you had some questions for the man.
Yes, I do. I have quite a few questions. Before coming out here, I went on my social media and I alerted the ladies that I will be co-hosting. So they had a few questions for me to ask. And then, of course, they're asking questions that I want to ask too. So here we go. What are your favorite types of role that you like to play?
Bad guy roles.
The bad
I've
guy.
noticed.
You played very well.
You played very well.
You just have to know what the people like. You in, and you don't go far away from that. Yeah.
Okay. So do you have like an all-time favorite character that you've played?
I think he knows how to cry very well too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. But then, like, what makes you cry? Apart from being on the set, what can I do to make you cry? Not that I want to make you cry, but...
You know, when an actor is crying on screen, because his mom is dead in the story, it's not because his mom is dead.
Right.
He's crying for a completely different reason, but the people think it's because his mom is dead.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
So do you have? So obviously you pull from your own experiences.
Exactly.
Do you have a certain experience that you pull from
So he cried
all
a
the
lot.
time, or you have just different?
Yeah.
Just depends on the moment.
Is the moment sometimes the tears don't come at all.
So
What
then what do
happens
you
in
do?
those
You
moments?
cut up
Sometimes you wait-
onions?
Sometimes you wait for 2 hours, no tear. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. I mean, so then what's the craziest thing you've ever done to make yourself cry?
That was a long time ago. But it'll be hard to say. I'll say it in the next interview.
Okay.
Okay,
he'll take a moment and he'll think about that and next time around.
Let's see. We've seen you play romantic characters. Crazy prince, kidnapper, like you're madly in love, you're mad, and then just so many things on and off, and you are amazing. I've seen you in different elements, especially the comedy, and I didn't know you had it in you. So which one of these will you say was your best?
To pick is hard. The one that is more challenging is the very emotional ones. Not the best. The more challenging ones are the emotional ones because it requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of you drawing a lot of things from inside. To make it look a little beyond the ordinary. For it to look extraordinary. It has a lot of energy to do it. Comedy, we really enjoyed it. It depends on your director as well. You need to have a very creative, funny director to let you bring that thing out. You need to connect with him in terms of both of you. His sense of humor, your sense of humor must connect. Else, it will be a disconnection.
Disconnection. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now, I
you
know
said-
you travel. I have to ask these two
Okay, go
questions,
for it.
and then you can come in. You travel a lot. You're very well traveled, and some may know you're married, others may not. So, what's the craziest pickup line you've heard from ladies?
Pick up line.
Pickup
Yeah.
line.
Funny.
Well, I know you're married, but I don't care.
Oh. Wow. Straight to the
Okay,
point.
straight to the
Bold.
Why beat around the bush?
Why be around the bush?
Yeah.
Because you might find gold in a bush. So just keep me.
Yeah. Why?
Then you go, my wife is married, but I'm around.
Okay, so the craziest pickup line. I know I'm married, but you're married. It's okay. Now, what's the most charming first impression you've ever received from a lady? The most charming.
You see you see the toll, when you pay the toll, when you pay money to go on the freeway. The girl came out of the booth. When I was crossing, she came out of the booth. Outside, that's all the color behind me. She came, opened the passenger seat, shotgun, came to give me a kiss.
What?
And went back. To the booth.
Is that like stalker like, or
No, she
like
just-
a charming
She
person?
just didn't
was-
think
she
she'd
was-
ever see me.
That was her moment. She took her
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
Now,
It made it
were you married
happen.
at this time?
Oh yes, I've been married for over 12 years.
So,
The girl didn't care. This was her moment.
Yo, one-time woman.
I mean, that's very very charming.
gates of hell are open,
No,
but
that-
okay.
no, that's very usual.
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
So you get pecks a lot.
Oh yeah.
Do you give pecks a lot?
Yeah.
Can I get a peck?
Of course.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said earlier that, emotional roles are very, they take a lot of energy. Do you take your work home with you?
No, never.
That's good.
Never. I don't know when people say that the character was still in him. And after it's cut, it's gone.
Snap
Never.
back.
Never. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, because I've heard, actors say,
Before, yes. Before I start, but when it's done, it's done.
When it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
That has to be emotionally healthy for you, because
Yeah.
I can't imagine, there are characters that I've seen people play and they're like really dark and deep, and like I can't imagine walking around the world, with that mask on, even at home. So that's
And they ask you why you say, well, I'm in character. You're in character. Don't take your character on the
you should
set.
be yourself.
Take your character on the set. Don't bring it home. Yeah.
Right.
It surprises me how a lot of these actors, when it's time to play that darkest role, I don't know where you guys get that from.
No, everyone has it. As in, you just have to tap into it. Thing is, if you watch Denzel is always Denzel in his film. He talks the same, he walks the same, he looks the same.
True.
He never changes. But he is the character he's playing in the film. If you watch Flight, he was a pilot. If you watch another film of his, I can't remember any of it, Mississippi Masala, he was a guy. He's the same Denzel, but he's a character.
Right.
That means regardless of the darkest thing you play, you're still you, but you tap into that guy, which will still be you. It's very hard to explain.
Living a different experience. So it's like,
But it'll be your voice, your facial expression, how you laugh, same thing. Your delivery, everything is you. But once you tap into that guy, you'll be someone else.
that's a really good example.
really
Denzel's a good example, because it's true.
Right.
Like, I've noticed that when you're watching Denzel, you're watching Denzel.
Yeah.
But you believe that he's that pilot, and you believe
Yes.
that he's,
other
whatever
guy.
character,
Yeah.
like from Training, you believe he's that crooked cop. But it's still that
Him.
essence
Same
of
walk,
Denzel still there.
same
But
talk. Exactly.
Exactly. So
very interesting.
you've acted with so many ladies, from Genevieve to Tonto
what was it, that Tonto? Is it?
to Yvonne Nelson, Jackie Appiah. Name your favorite lady to always be on that set, like no matter what chemistry.
Genevieve.
I know it. I knew it.
And why is that?
The kissing is awesome. Was it like
You said like you kissed her before.
like bursting out was the most romantic film I've ever seen you in. It was so classy.
You haven't seen Silent Scandal?
I have. That was a crazy film. I thought you were evil for doing that.
No, you don't know the film.
With the mom, the daughter,
Oh,
right?
yes,
of
yes,
course. I know you. Come on.
Oh,
Maggie.
she's definitely a Majid movie.
critic. So tell me, Genevieve, why?
Usually you don't mention names, but it's just my preference. It's energy on set is how she brings the best in you out. You just learn more there. I learn something extra every time we're there. You need actors like that. Actors that will surprise you on the set.
Challenge you.
Yeah.
Well, Majid, it's been amazing having you on
been
our
a
Done?
pleasure.
Already?
I know, it's like,
Oh, I thought we were
it's
just
gone
warming
by. I felt like we
A
were just
dream
warming
come
up as
true.
well. It's been amazing having you on our show, and hopefully next time you're in LA, we can pick back up and
All right,
do
before
part
you
2,
do all of that,
the
I have
sequel.
one question to ask you. How long are you gonna be in LA for?
I'm here till the BT's over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you might be coming back? if
Yeah.
you get an
I'm
actor.
enjoying it. I was yesterday Neo performed Nicki Minaj. I was at the Kevin Hart show. It was really incredible here. So I'm having fun in LA. But it's done, I'm not going.
All right.
We're taking selfies.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we have to like little skit on my phone just in case like next year I can post it out. But oh my God, he's having an affair.
Oh my God, this girl. But we love you. We really do. And we're so happy that, we got to have you on our show. And we hope that your trip in LA is, everything you expect and want from it. And hopefully you'll be back on the African Focus Show next time you are in LA.
I so will.
Do not pass us by.
I so will.
And so it's that time. We hate to leave, but we have to wrap things up. Just a reminder, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/African Focus Show.
And Instagram.
What's your Instagram handle?
Majid Michel, MM.
What's
There
your
you go.
Facebook handle?
I'm not on Facebook.
He's not on Facebook, y'all.
I've
so
never
Instagram.
been on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
Open one privately.
Oh, okay. So anyway, like I was saying, we're wrapping things up. DJ Night, do you have anything to say to the people?
Tonight I'm doing a World Health Breast Cancer show in Carson. The address is 888 East Dominguez Street, Carson, California. If you can come out and support, hope you appreciate it. Next week we'll be back with some more fire on the African show.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. And just a reminder, we have a ticket giveaways for Marcus B Entertainment Inc. presenting Caribbean Comedy Series Show and Dance Saturday, July 18th, 2015. If you want to, win those tickets, definitely log on to our Facebook and look for all the details and more information on that. We have it posted. But like I said, it's time to go. We're signing off. Be well, be blessed, and be love. This week, spread the love, and we'll see you next week.
Mwah.
African Focus Show.
Life is not by your power. Arm robbers were robbing you, managed to escape. You think that is your victory? You kneel down on one knee, buy flower, and propose, and she said she will marry you. You think that is your victory? You cannot get belly, then finally you get belly. You are celebrating and spreading and spraying. You think it's your victory? Do you know where that glory ought to go? You think if it was easy, meat will not be floating? You will not need to dig deep when you take a and put inside soup. You won't need to go under before you get meat. We take a musical break. The title of this song is God Win, because everything you have been through, now God win. I will be back.
Maven. I don't get a lot, God do it. And I don't pay my rent, God do it. There be one for my hand, but God do it. There be one keep my joy, but God do it. I say anything them do not God do it. No, not God do it. No, not God do it, no. Anything them do not God do it. No, not God do it. No, not God do it, no. I don't change my name to God do it. And no more, I don't buy more to God do it. They say my market no go sell, but God do it. And then me say I no go blue, but God do it. Them my brother, make them try their luck. My God go win, no my God go win, no my Lord go win, no. Anything I do not God do it, no not God do it, no not God do it, no. As you don't pass exam, now God do it. And then me say you no go pass, but God do it. You wake up, see today last song, now God do it. Robbers they rob, they no see you, brother. They no see you, my sister. Oh yeah, better fast. God do it, no na God do it, no na God do it, no. Anything they do na God do it, no na God do it, no na God do it, no. As na your wedding day, na God do it. And he don't tell where you dey find, but God do it. See we go pop champagne today, God do it. And we go there dance, cause God do it. Oh, anything you win, I God do it. And if you win election, my brother, God do it. Like if you win the contract, my friend,